They were wizards, but they slit your gizzards too. They plundered arcane mysteries, and all their foes did wail. Beware lest ye encounter a mighty Mage of Sail.
We return to Blood Island, where our noble wizards have captured some lizard horses and are about to head off to Bloodtown. I don't know if you captured lizard horses.
No, they opted in.
Yeah, they opted in. You persuaded some lizard horses that you were good people. Are you going to name your lizard horses?
We have 4, right?
Yeah, you each have a lizard horse.
I don't know if I want to force a name on them. They might have a name.
They might have a jellicle name.
Can we inquire about their names?
Yeah, so you ask the lizard horse. You say, what is your name? And it goes,
Ah! Okay.
Do they all give the same noise?
They all give slightly different noises.
Can I sense thought? Like, can I sense their thoughts? Is that possible?
You can sense their thoughts, yeah. But it's you're not going to get anything really very intelligible, I don't think.
Yeah, because I don't have animal can or anything. Okay, well, that was a try.
So I would like, I'm going to assume that because this is a pretty survival-y type area, right? Like you're going through dense forest, and it only gets denser as you start to get closer to Bloodtown. Let's get some survival rolls from anyone in the party who specializes in survival or would like to kind of be head of the pack.
Not me.
I have 1 dot. I have 3 in survival.
Okay.
Unless Wilhelm has.
I'm looking. Okay, there it is. I have 2. Yeah, so you are the most survivable. Congrats.
So give me intelligence plus survival. And we're going to see how successful you find Bloodtown, or if there's going to be an encounter along the way.
It's a JRPG type thing.
Oh my god, are
Pretty
you
much.
kidding me?
Did you biff it?
3 skulls and
Oh
1
my.
success.
It's a crit, so it's not a success.
So did you get a single success of any kind?
1.
Does that count?
Okay. So you're pretty sure that you know the way to Bloodtown, based on the maps you've seen. And then you start to realize that you might, in fact, be lost a few hours into this. And that feeling makes you feel sad. You feel bad about the fact that your survival roll didn't go as you wanted. And as you feel that deep sadness, is there anyone else who feels sad at the table?
I'm feeling okay.
All your characters are feeling all right?
I mean, I feel like I've always have a low drone of sadness.
Yeah. So,
Put them all in the jail.
yeah, all of the dice are going in the dice jail. And you hear this kind of fluttering sound, as if a lot of tiny wings.
Mm-mm.
And you hear glump, glump, glump,
No.
glump, glump, glump. And
Shit. Flutter
as you
glump.
stop in order to kind of find the way you are, a horde of flutterglumps fly over the horizon. A flutterglump is sort of like if you cross like a butterfly with a tiny Shar-Pei.
Okay.
Just a little Shar-Pei puppy.
A wrinkle?
Yeah.
A lot of folds.
Just a lot of folds, a lot of wrinkles. And they fly over the trees looking for sadness so that they can make people feel better. And you see this, what's the right collection now? Like a hive of flutterglumps approaching. Glump, glump, glump. And they see you, Liga, and they see that they have sensed that you feel sad. And Aura, they have also sensed that you feel sad.
No. What about a clump of flubber clumps?
Ooh,
A clump of glumps, yes.
Yeah,
thank
a
you.
clump of flump.
Or a flutter clump.
Yeah.
I was
Oh my
trying to get
God.
there, but
Yeah.
you won.
I saw you
There's
thinking.
internal debate. Yeah.
So this clump of glumps sees you, and flutterglumps only know they cannot stand sadness
Okay.
because they feel it is their responsibility to make sure that everyone in the forest is happy. They only know one way to make you happy. And a flutterglump flies up to you and gives you a big hug, just on your arm. Just a tiny little creature gives you a hug to try and make you feel better. Does it work? Do you feel better immediately when the flutterglump hugs you?
I think I'm incredibly confused.
You're confused? So as this confusion sets in, it is mistaken again for sadness by the rest of the flutterglumps. The
Oh my God.
first glump didn't work, so they descend upon you, and they all hug you and snuzzle you as best they can.
Snuzzle.
And they make a noise that they intend to be, It's okay, Liga. Don't worry about it. Your friends still respect you. It just comes out as glump, 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 glump. And you begin to find it hard to breathe.
What?
So completely are you being glumped. And the rest of you just see all of these tiny, adorable creatures settle down on Liga, knock her to the ground, and begin smothering her, going glump, 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 glump. And a single glump aura also settles on you.
Okay.
Gives you a big old hug.
I just ignore it.
Are these, would you call them simple life forms?
They are very simple life forms,
Okay.
yes.
I would like to alter a simple life form only lightly
Okay.
and make one of them that is still in the air,
Yeah.
the most sad it's ever been.
Oh.
Damn.
So this is a combined mind effect and life effect, I would say, because you're changing. It's emotional state is kind of like a pheromone thing. It's got a little tiny glump mind.
Tiny
But so
glump mind.
What does it look like? Is it a? How do you alter simple life forms like this?
It is definitely a hand motion, but I think that there's like an entrapment and then a hold down. And
Okay.
this is the happiness meter, and I'm like sinking.
He's just sinking that
Just like-
happiness meter down.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Now glumps, which are very, very happy creatures naturally.
Uh-huh.
As he flies there, you alter the very pheromones inside its tiny body, and you make it feel real, real sad. You think about pain and loss and failure, and the glump begins to cry.
No.
It's a pretty sad glump.
And the glump that is on Aura flies off and hugs the glump. Now, Liga, I would like from you a willpower roll as you try and feel better. As Wilhelm attempts, because you're now sort of in a struggle of wills as to who can stop feeling sad first with this flutter glump.
2 successes, yeah.
2 successes. Okay, so this flutter glump is very, very sad. And you start to feel a little bit better. And you force yourself, you're like, get over it, Liga. Come on. Don't feel sad anymore. And the glumps begin to turn away and swarm upon the little flutter glump friend. And as this glump is swarmed by its friends and brothers, it realizes that it is going to die from their love. And it looks back on its flutter glump memory, and it thinks of all the times that it has tried to save people from being happy, and it's just made them lie very still.
Oh my god.
And it realizes in its last moments the terrible thing it has done, and it gets sadder and sadder and sadder. And the flutter glumps hug it tighter and tighter and tighter. And you have now a moment to make your escape if you want to.
No, yes, please.
You wanna get back on-
We're gonna pull the reins.
Pull the
Yeah,
reins.
it's like at the fire. I'm like kicking the horse. Kicking the horse. They're like, let's go. Riding
So
crop.
what's a pure clump of clump?
A pure glump of flutter glump.
Yeah.
A pure clump of flutter glumps.
Yeah.
Where they're glumping a fellow flutter glump.
Yes. Like kind of like a rat king happens when
Yeah,
a bunch of clumps
absolutely.
together. So
Yeah,
it's just
it's
a
a
glump.
flump.
the tails all tied
Yeah,
together.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's flutter glumps. Anyway, everyone told me not to do it, but I did it.
R.I.P.
How many eye rolls happened across the studio when you started speaking?
So it's like, oh fuck, he's doing flutter glumps. Oh no, we want. So here's the thing I do when I'm preparing a thing is I say to someone like, I'm thinking of doing this thing. I think I'm going to call them flutter glumps, and I'll explain what flutter glumps are, and then they'll tell me, oh, don't do that. They don't realize I've already made up my mind.
The moment you've already talked about it.
By the time I mention it, I've agreed that I'm going to do this stupid thing.
Bless you for being you.
So you manage now, Liga, to orient yourself successfully and find your way towards Bloodtown based on the instructions you were given by people who know the way. The forest becomes very, very dense as it gets closer to Bloodtown, and there comes a point where the trees are packed in so tight with other plant life that you are essentially walking almost single file down this forested path. And you, Liga, especially notice verbena symbols carved on the wood. They don't appear to be carved with a knife. They just appear to have come out of the wood. These trees simply have verbena symbols on. Give me an intelligence and academics roll. Or intelligence and occult.
Brought to you by John Williams.
Am I going to get demonetized?
You might. This is
Yeah.
a DMCA kind of notice.
No.
It's only like 15 seconds of it or whatever, right?
Yeah, hummed. You should be okay.
Yeah.
All right, don't go back to
Come on.
mage. Don't
Do
go back
it.
to dice jail.
I'm never going back.
That seems...
Three successes.
Three successes. Okay, so this is a verbena thing, so you know it. These symbols, as they add up, are symbols that kind of represent the idea of taking and the idea of giving. And as you get closer to what you assume is Bloodtown, you eventually reach a dead end. And you see on the trees here, in every language that you can possibly bring to mind, in various different scripts.
I can't read.
You can't read, so it doesn't help you very much. But you recognize that some of this, that you see Latvian, for example, and you also see these runes.
Okay.
And what the words say are what is taken will be returned. And because you got 3 successes on that roll, you know that this is potentially a bit of wordplay from the verbena. Because what is taken will be returned can also represent, depending on the way the symbols are put together, simply revenge. So each of the rest of you see these words in front of you. And you see there's a big tree in front of you that seems to have a gate of some kind carved out of it. And it seems to be kind of waiting for you to say the words.
I'll say it.
Okay.
I'm scared.
You say out loud, what was taken will
What
be
was
returned.
taken will be returned. That's what it says.
And the door opens up. And you walk through it into Bloodtown. Bloodtown, hell of a place.
Blood
And
town.
that's all the description that I'm going to do.
Before we get
Is
in,
that a
I take my gun back too.
You're just going to take
yeah.
your gun back.
That's fine.
Like,
Holster it.
I
let's
don't
see
know how to use it.
So when you walked out onto Albertston, you saw something that you kind of recognized as a town. Something like semi-European. You know, it had its own flair of locality about it. But generally, it was a recognizable style of place. Bloodtown is like a kind of gorgeous chaos. Most of the houses here aren't houses at all. They are simply gigantic trees, far bigger than any tree that exists outside of the Unconquered Isles, that have had houses bodily carved out of them, and various shops and stalls, and everyone has simply found a large tree, somehow carved a home out of it, and is living there. You can hear a cacophony of different languages. You hear Liga, you hear Latvian. Circe, you hear Irish. You hear German. You hear, I don't know which languages that Wilhelm speaks, but you hear those too. Okay. You hear European languages, you hear Arabic languages, you hear African languages. And you see just an incredible melange of people who are all happily getting along with each other. Everyone seems to speak multiple languages because you see people coming up to stores and then trying out whatever languages they know until they find one that coincides. And you notice that most of the stalls are in some way just represented with pictograms of what they seem to provide. One other thing you notice is that almost everyone has some kind of tattoo on. These tattoos are either in red or they're in gold. All very, very similar colors. And Liga, you especially recognize that these are verbena symbols. What was taken will be returned. So, welcome to Bloodtown. It's a pretty cool place. All you can hear is the songs and rhythms of this unique town. What would you like to do? Do you have any particular things you would like to do in Bloodtown? Would you like suggestions from my notes?
Well, we're here for a cow, right?
Now, you are here for a boat cow. Yes.
But we also need to hire first mate
This is true.
gunner, and a boatswain.
Bosun.
Bosun.
What is a bosun?
Yeah.
What's a bosun?
It's a boat
So
swing.
bosun is basically a guy who looks after the ship.
Oh, a guy who looks after a ship. Okay.
Yeah. So the first mate is generally responsible for crew morale.
Mm-hmm.
The bosun is responsible for making sure that the ship is still seaworthy.
Okay.
They're of kind of similar rank. I believe the first mate is a little bit higher.
Yes.
But yeah. So that's what you look for. And a cannon is a gun guy. He looks at all the guns and he makes sure they're pointed the right way.
Gun.
Can I turn on my spirit sense in
Yes,
this town?
absolutely.
Because I want to see. I'm like, I've noticed the tattoos. I'm like, oh, what's going on here?
Right.
So I just want to see.
So these tattoos have a spiritual nature to them.
Okay.
There is something of magic about the tattoos themselves that you can't quite puzzle out just from kind of looking at it with your senses. But everyone has them.
Mm-hmm.
One of the interesting things about Bloodtown is that the metaphor of the place, as you see it in the spirit world, is very, very similar to what it actually is, which is a grand metropolis almost, just for anyone to live. Everyone knows exactly what Bloodtown is, and it's a beautiful place, especially in the spirit world. There's something about it.
Question, because I recognized the symbols. Do I know anything on a deeper level other than just what they mean?
I think basically from your previous role, you know the meaning of them. You know a couple of different ways that they could be interpreted. One is revenge. One is commerce. Like it is transactional. It could mean justice. There's a lot of kind of different ways that you can see the idea of what has been taken will be returned.
Hmm.
But mainly what you know is that you know what they mean. You know that they are verbena in nature. And you've noticed that everyone has them. One thing that you also notice nearby, of course, because this is an RPG above everything else, is there is a pub nearby. And it has a big picture of a glass of beer. That's kind of how you know it's a pub.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear the locals call it a pitcher of beer.
A picture of beer.
Yeah. So yeah, you can head straight to try and find the Boat Cow Meadow. You might need a little bit of help because Bloodtown has not been kind of necessarily centrally organized. The roads aren't on a easy to define grid. But you might need a little bit of help finding it, but we can head straight to the Boat Cow Meadow if you prefer. There's a pub nearby. There are numerous stalls and shops and things like that where people seem to be exchanging goods and services.
Are we feeling peckish?
Well, we did just get off a 5 hour, not 5 hour, but like 3
Yeah,
hour.
it was about 2 hours
ride.
with the lizard horses.
And before that,
Did we leave them outside?
Yes, you
Okay.
left the lizard horses outside.
Okay. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, and then before that, we were fighting the bad vibes slails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you had like your coffee, like the first thing you did this
Yeah.
morning,
I think I need a drink or something.
was fight these terrible
Might be.
creatures and then go on a hike. Now I get upset enough if I merely have to go on a hike.
Yeah. It's true. Maybe we should check out the pub.
I'd like to go to the pub.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a little drink. A
So
little
what-
sippy.
You walk into the pub. It's nice.
I know.
Get a little sippy. You walk into the pub. It's a great pub. It is even more chaotic than outside.
Mhm.
All you can hear is songs and rhythms.
Okay.
Everyone is playing something. Everyone is singing something. Everyone has a marvelous time, swinging ale around. It's difficult to make out a given song because
Okay.
there are so many. It's difficult to make out a given rhythm because there are so many. There are instruments you've never seen before because they're from different cultures that you would never have experienced. But one thing you notice is that it's all groups of different people playing with each other. It isn't sort of like over here, there's people from Africa and they're playing African music.
Mhm.
Or over here, it's European people and they're playing European music. Everyone is joining in with everyone else's song, even if they don't know the words or how it goes. There is also, because this is a cool piratey kind of place, a fighting pit in the center of it.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Hello.
Like not again, not this.
There's not a fight currently going on, but it looks a bit fighting pity.
Mhm.
Who knows what you might do in there? And as you walk up to the bar, the barman comes to you and says, "Hi, welcome to a pitcher of beer. I haven't seen you guys in Bloodtown before. What's going on? Can I get you something to drink?"
We're on our way to find a boat cow.
Oh,
We are also looking for a bit of crew for our ship.
you have a ship. Well, that's very cool.
We are very cool.
Yeah, it seems like it already. My name is Minnie Veritas. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Aura Edmonston. And
Mhm.
then I'd let everyone introduce themselves.
Saoirse.
Wilhelm.
Liga.
You're not impressed so far.
Mm.
Goes, yeah. Can I get you anything to drink?
Yes. I'll
What's the
take-
strongest thing you got?
Strongest thing you've got. Okay, so
Take a hot tea. Just kidding.
hot tea. So Minnie begins to prepare a hot tea, the strongest thing you have.
Mm.
And she says, "Now, do you know how everything works around here in terms of the witch's mark?"
No.
No, please do explain that.
Welcome to Bloodtown. Things are a little different here. There's no, we don't really exchange money.
Okay.
That's not something we do here. Instead, when you perform a service for another resident of Bloodtown, they will take a mark of service. And it's just a little golden mark that will appear on your skin. When you pay that service back to another member of Bloodtown, that tattoo will disappear. And if you continue to perform services, tattoos will come back, but they'll be red in color. So you can know, just from looking at someone, how much they're doing for the other people of Bloodtown. So, the drinks are on me, as it were, but you will have to take a witch's mark.
Isn't money easier?
That's more of an Albertston kind of thing, you know. That's something they brought with them.
What happens to those who have like less, that appear to do less? What happens to them?
Oh, nothing in particular. Everyone's provided for.
Okay. It's kind of scary sounding. I don't know. Something
Well,
sounds bad about it.
Let me tell you. So I like to tell small tales.
Okay.
My brother, he lives in Albertston. He tells tall ones. But let me tell you the story of Red Maud. Now, Red Maud lived in a place called Dragontown, which is now known as Albertston. It was taken over by the hated British many years ago. After the battle was lost, during the retreat, Red Maud fought bravely for the people around her. She was a great warrior, but she lost her arm. By the time she made it to Bloodtown, it was clear that there was no saving this wound. You know, it was rendered gangrenous, and the whole arm had to be removed. Red Maud fell. Well, she wasn't called Red Maud just then. It was just Maud. Was known as she fell into a deep depression because she was a warrior. Was how she defined herself. She believed that now that she didn't have her sword arm, she wouldn't be useful. So as the system of the witch's mark came into being, she felt like she would never have a red mark. That she would be enshrined in gold, and that the people around her would see her as useless.
Mm.
And then one night, as she was in, it wasn't a pitcher of beer, we hadn't started it yet, but there was a pub as soon as there was a town, as these things do work. Someone asked her about how she lost her arm, and she told them the story. And as she told them this heroic tale of daring do and victory against the British, the red mark, and people asked her for more stories of her adventures. And she told them. And as she did that, more red marks appeared. And she would be here every night at her specific place by the fire. People would come and ask her for a story, and in turn would provide her with the things that she needed. over time, she became to be so covered in witches' marks that she was known as Red Maud. And eventually, she found someone she loved, and she had 2 children, and that's me and my brother. He moved to Alveston because he's a dick.
Okay.
And I stayed here because I'm cool.
Okay.
He tells tall tales. I tell smaller ones. But that's how things work here in Bloodtown. We look after each other.
So is this a 1-to-1 exchange? Like, do I have to give you a grog after, or is it like an equal value?
So firstly, it doesn't have to be to me. It's to the community of Bloodtown.
Oh, okay.
And you will, at some point, no doubt, give back in some way to the other people of the town. And then you'll lose your mark. And if you continue, then the mark will come back and it'll be red. So it's not a 1-to-1 thing. It's whatever you're able to provide.
Let's do it.
What happens if you leave the town when you still owe the town?
You keep the mark.
Oh, okay. So what happens when you die?
Well, I mean, if you're in Bloodtown, then you're buried. And we have a sort of party for you where we tell stories about how nice you were.
That's how you win.
Yeah.
All right.
There's no penalties. It's just you wear your love for your community on your skin.
All right. I mean, when in Rome, right? Like,
So we've got a hot tea, a grog.
grog's the strongest
Did you
thing you
want
have.
Well, it's very, very strong grog.
Okay.
Well, hang on. She goes into a back room and she comes out with a kind of like purple liquid,
Cool.
and she draws it into like more of like a chemist's flask,
Awesome.
and it begins to fizz and sizzle.
Sweet.
Passes it over to you. There's sort of waft of rainbow-colored smoke coming off it.
Nice.
There you go. I just found that out back.
Okay.
Smells strong.
All right.
I'll have a normal regular grog.
Normal regular grog.
Thank you.
One normal regular grog coming back up.
I'm okay.
You're okay?
I'm all right.
And everyone who took a drink, just a tiny mark appears on your hand. Just a little gold symbol. Just big enough to represent a drink of one of these verbena symbols.
Okay.
But nothing particularly sinister happens apart from that. So Minnie says to you, so, you want to recruit? This is the perfect place. There's always people in Bloodtown looking to explore the Isles and find adventure. I'll leave you to it. Let me know if you need another drink or a small tale. And then she goes and starts to serve other customers. Or, I don't know if customers is even the word. Patrons. Other people at the establishment who need drinks.
I down the drink.
Yeah, just wow.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, give me a stamina plus resolve
Oh my
roll.
God.
I just wanted something messed up to happen. Resolve, you said?
Yeah.
Stamina.
So stamina is whether your body can handle it, and resolve is whether your mind can.
2. Wait, is that enough? Yeah. 2 successes.
2 successes. You are as drunk as you have ever been
Uh-oh.
in your entire life.
What y'all doing?
And you get so drunk that you look into the fighting pit
Oh my God.
Well,
and you think,
Yeah.
so as you look in there, you just think, you know what these people need? For someone to stand in the fighting pit and perform a song.
no, I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to sing. I'm not singing.
All right. So you look at the fighting pit, and what do you think?
I don't know.
It
What
doesn't have
would
to be
I
a
do?
song. It could be like, I was thinking that this was a vehicle for whatever kind of performance that Saoirse would perform while shithoused.
What would Saoirse do? She'd probably do an Irish dance
Okay.
to the best of her ability.
So go ahead. Go ahead and give me a charisma plus performance roll.
Oh, Lord. Okay, hold on. 3. Charisma plus what? Performance?
Which I think is 3.
2.
2.
I only have 2. Oh, I didn't mean to grab a blue one. So 2 success.
2 successes. You know what? This dance is all right. It could be a lot
It
worse.
could have been a lot worse as a drunk person
Yeah.
in Irish.
No one joins in,
Damn.
but they watch you for a while and think, this is a cool dance. People don't tend to dance shame in Bloodtown.
That's good.
You realize
That's
you're
good.
just glad that you're dancing and you're having a good time. No one at the moment looks like they're going to step in and fight.
Good.
Getting out of the fighting pit is going to be an adventure in itself.
Oh.
Because it's like kind of tall and you're kind of
Oh,
drunk.
okay. It's an actual pit.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, it's a physical pit.
Alright.
Now you're in there dancing away. What would everyone else like to do as the
Got my hands
Sisha
down by my
does that?
side.
Shaking my head like.
I want to find the person who has the most visible red marks.
Okay.
And kind of squeeze up in their general
And
area.
kind of squeeze up to them.
Yeah.
It's probably Minnie.
Okay.
She has
gold.
So
Gold.
you're looking for gold. So gold is
Yeah, sorry.
gold means
Gold
you've
is
taken a lot.
Yes, they've taken a lot.
Okay. So you see a character in the corner of the room, and she's one of the few people that like people seem to be kind of avoiding a little bit. She's swearing profusely, and she has gold all the way down her neck.
It's a good look.
It is actually like, here's the thing, it's rad. Like it looks super cool. But she's kind of wearing like a piratey adjacent hat, an extremely torn overcoat, has a cutlass on her side. And she says, "Bunch of fucking layabouts in this town. Bunch of fucking cowards." And you sidle up to her. And what do you say?
I say, this one means strength. Nice ink. What are those all about?
She looks at you and she goes, "This one means grog. This one means cutlass. I got that here. This one means public drunkenness." Yeah. Different meanings, different approaches to the ink. You're new to Bloodtown. I noticed you don't have a lot of marks.
I have outside marks, but only really one from Bloodtown.
Oh,
But yeah, I'm pretty fresh to the area.
let me tell you about this town. It's fucking shit. It's fucking shit. It's rubbish. You know what the problem is?
What's the problem?
No one in this town has a nose for a heist.
Oh.
I've got a good heist, and no one will fucking do it because they're all shit in Bloodtown. They're all too happy. They don't want a bunch of riches and gold.
I don't
They don't
think
see the point. And I'm like, the point is the gold. You've got the gold. It's fucking great. And they're like, no, we don't want to do it. We might die. And I'm like, shut up.
they don't really use gold so much in these parts.
No, I should probably have tried Albertson, but
Seems
they
like
don't,
more your speed.
they don't like me much here either. I'm Mary, by the way, Mary Drexel.
Mary Drexel, I'm Wilhelm. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Wilhelm. Yeah, I'm a bit. You probably haven't noticed. I'm a bit drunk.
That's all right.
Yeah, but what brings you to Bloodtown?
Oh, we're just looking to recruit for a crew. Looking for a boat cow. We're
Oh, all the usual stuff.
yeah, the usual stuff.
Oh,
General pub.
Kind of
Random
pumps herself
person
up
stuff.
a little bit. She goes, "I'm my way around ships.
Yeah.
Used to be the first mate on the Sea Bastard.
Where did y'all sail?
Oh,
On the Sea Bastard.
Just the Isles,
Yeah.
but nothing too crazy. No, the occasional bit of piracy.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
Can I sense? I kind of wanted to sense how much of that is just bullshit.
How much is bullshit?
Yeah, but I know that they're drunk
Mm-hmm.
and
So-
they might believe their own bullshit at this point.
Yeah.
So it's tough to kind of.
Do you want to do the effect?
Yes.
Or do you can also use kind of your like mundane insight to see if just like see what you know about.
Yeah, maybe the mundane insight might be best for
Yeah.
right here.
So give me what's the best roll for that? I guess intelligence plus your insight.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 3 success.
3 successes.
Yeah.
So Mary's definitely proud of her time as first mate above the Sea Bastard. But she doesn't seem like she's talking shit. You've spoken to a few pirates now, and she seems to talk the talk successfully, and successfully is walking the walk. She's very, very drunk. She might not be the most professional pirate, but she does seem to be a real pirate. And she is pretty... You can tell that her status as a pirate is something she takes pride in.
All right, that's good info. She's super in debt, though.
Oh, yeah. Like, yeah, she's got a lot of gold on her. And she notices you kind of looking at her gold. She went, "It's fucking suckers here, mate. You fucking take whatever you want, and they just give you a tattoo. And you go somewhere else on the aisle, and people go, 'Cool tattoo,' and you go, 'Yeah, it's fucking great. It represents grifting.'"
Oh my god.
This is very delightful. Well, we are actually looking for, others to join a crew.
Oh.
I would say that of the people I've met here, which is just you, you're at the top of the list.
Well.
Yeah, I have others here that I'm with, and we would, you need to be vetted and everything.
Oh yeah, sure. I don't fucking mind. I'm great. At sailing stuff.
Yeah. What else are you good at? This piracy?
I
Are you a fighter?
I can fight. Do you want to fight?
Well, I would not like to fight you. Right?
Okay. So good at fights, and I'm good at morale.
So great.
I keep I keep the men in line. I was the first mate on the Sea Bastard, and you know what? We didn't have a mutiny. That's not why it sank.
It's the best review you could ever get.
Yeah. So always been pretty good. People tend to like me. They recognize that I'm good at pirate stuff, and sometimes it's time to shout. Sometimes it's time to be nice and listen to people's problems. And the trick to being a good first mate is knowing which one's which. So yeah, I'll do it. What's your ship's called?
Nexus.
My memory? What was my memory? The Nexus Spear.
The Nexus Spear. Well, I haven't heard of it, but so here's the thing. Here's why. Because normally I'd have my own ship or something like that. I'd be a captain or something. But I've just got this. I've got this heist, and what I need to do the heist. So I need a ship, and I need a crew for the heist.
How many crew are you looking for?
Like the right amount for the ship.
Okay.
So it's a very large ship. We need sort of proportionally more crew. And then the last one is the one that no one has. We need a wizard.
Oh. Hard to
And
find.
if we add, so
At this moment, you hear
Ship.
Saoirse go, "I can see the future."
ship, crew. No one's got a fucking wizard.
Yeah.
There's wizards in Bloodtown. They won't come with me.
That one over there said she could see the future.
Woo! You want to see your future? I can tell you your future.
She's fucking drunk.
Fair.
I can see the future.
I can see the future too, darling. You're gonna have a fucking headache tomorrow. She's on your crew as well, is she?
You could say that?
Oh, she's nice. She looks
she's great.
nice.
She's great.
Oh, what's her name?
Saoirse? Saoirse.
Hard
The
to
grog is hitting hard.
Yeah. It's hard to say social when you're drunk.
Yeah. Those vowels get really mixed up.
It's
There's too many of them.
Yeah. But who else have you got?
I have others.
Oh, good. That's what you want. I mean, you can't. It takes more than 2 people to crew a boat. I've always said that. It takes 3 times as many, at least.
What exactly are you after heisting? And is it from Bloodtown?
So it's not. You don't want to fucking heist stuff from Bloodtown.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be a bad way for everybody.
Yeah, the Blood Mother doesn't like it. But
Ooh,
but
don't
so
like that.
have you ever heard of a man named Paxton Fuppy?
I don't believe I have.
He's the richest man in Alveston. He knows he's not like, he wouldn't be like the richest man on the Golden Isle, right? So he comes to Alveston, where he is the richest man. He's a comparatively poor man, compared to other rich people, but he's fucking rich, right? Like,
it's a fish in the sea kind of situation.
Yeah, like, so he's the richest man in Alveston. He's got a big manor there, and so I happen to have found out that he's transferring a lot of his gold from the Golden Isle to Alveston on a ship. And what I was thinking was, ship and crew, I know when it's going to happen. Ship and crew rob the fucking ship, take all the gold, sink the ship, or like, I don't know, let it go. I don't care once we got the gold. And then bring the gold onto my ship, which is 2 ships, and bring the gold onto that ship, so it's not on their ship anymore. And then we have the gold, and then we go to the Golden Isle and we spend it all.
All right, that sounds like quite the endeavor.
Yeah,
you have set in your brain.
We need a fucking wizard, though. It's the problem.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Because I know when the ship's going, but there's a lot of fucking pirates in the Unconquered Isles, right? So they go by different routes. And I don't know where the ship's going to be. I just know, like, when the ship is going to be.
Okay.
Which seems like an unsurmountable problem. But then I fucking know about wizards. So the wizards, if you can give them something that's owned by a person, they can tell where that person is. So we get them something that's owned by Paxton Fuppy, and then they know where his treasure ship is. They tell us how to get to the treasure ship. Cannons, cannons, cannons. Yarg, yarg, yarg. Gold, gold, gold. No one wants to fucking do it, even though it's clearly a good plan. And I don't have a wizard. But yeah, so that's why I'm in Bloodtown, trying to find people for a heist, but it's probably never going to happen. No one wants gold in this town.
Can I hear what she's saying from where I'm at?
You can if you want to come over. My imagination, like,
we've been like exchanging glances the whole time, and I might have been indicating that I need to have additional people here to make.
So like, I clamber up the pit, I guess, right? And I'm like, I'm a wizard.
You're a wizard?
I'm a wizard. That's why I can see the future. You want me to tell you your future? I can do it. I can totally do it right now.
No, man, fuck that.
You don't? I thought you didn't believe. I could prove it.
Yeah, but I don't want to know my future. That's terrifying. It's bad enough getting there at the usual speed.
Well, I'm a wizard, though. So.
You're a wizard? What kind of magic do you do?
I can see the future.
They all do different. Shit.
Wow. Oh my god.
It's shit.
Wow.
I can also do this. And I like, hold on. I'm going to use my force to like, is there like some grog next to her or whatever?
Yeah, there's grog next to her.
I like levitate it.
Okay. So it's a very small bit of magic in terms of you're not going to need a lot of paradox dice, but it's still vulgar with, so it's
witnesses.
So it's vulgar, but it's not vulgar with witnesses.
Because I'm saying
reasons that you can't quite explain.
Okay.
No one freaks out when you do magic.
All right.
So you're going to need to get 3 successes for this to work.
All right. Come on. Big money. Damn it. Only 2.
Only 2?
Do I want to do a willpower?
You want to do a willpower?
Yes.
Okay.
You're drunk.
Otherwise. It's better to spend the willpower and not have Mary think that she was right.
Right. I'll move those 2 over there. Damn it. No. Still biffed.
Still biffed. So you go. So upon anything else, you're drunk as piss. And like your focus skill for this is awareness. And you don't have you don't have a lot of awareness going on right now. So you go. Absolutely nothing happens.
Then what does she say?
She just starts clapping sardonically. She goes, "Brilliant wizardry. That was really good. Come on, let's go and get a fucking drink. Stop pretending to be wizards. Or let's get a drink and then pretend to be wizards."
I just like look over, like with my tea.
She's drinking like.
I'm like mad. It does make me mad when I feel patronized.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, what can I do? What can I do?
Fight her in the pit.
You know,
oh my God.
I'm going to do that.
No.
You don't believe me?
No, I don't.
I'm going to fight you.
Does my spirit sense see anything about this
Y'all can
person?
Do you see anything in particular about
fight
Mary?
you.
No, actually, you don't. She seems to be a normal person.
Okay. She's just in a lot of debt.
Yeah. She's not got anything like, she doesn't have like a sinister spirit around her.
Okay.
You do see like spirits of drunkenness orbiting her.
Okay.
But that's kind of to be expected.
Right. Interesting.
I'm going to fight you.
Oh, God.
All right, let's do it.
No.
Let's fight. We're going to do it. It's going to be a wizard.
Stop. No fighting. We're here to get crew
She
for
didn't
the ship.
believe me. She patronized. She made fun of me.
I would never make fun of you.
That clap was very making fun of me.
I would never patronize you,
like
mighty wizard.
Is there a torch in here somewhere?
Oh yeah, there's torches around.
Can I just use my force to just like bring some fire into my hand?
Oh sure, yeah, go for it. So that's going to be 3 successes again.
All right.
So it's funny no matter
3
what
successes.
happens. You got it. Okay.
Yes.
So
It'd be really funny if you didn't.
you reach out. You have your wand in one hand. You bring the fire over to your hand and you hold it there.
I said nobody needs to fight.
And this is Bloodtown still, but people are still like, you never really get used to wizards doing wizard shit.
See? We're
And
wizards.
Mary says, well, I mean, she proves that she's a wizard. But
She's drunk.
I believe you've got a wizard. That's very cool.
Well, we need a boatswain. Boatswain.
Bosun.
Bosun.
Yeah.
Bosun. None of us.
Well,
I can't remember
Bosun.
what that said.
I don't know. I'm more of a first
We need a
mate.
first mate,
Oh, that's
but we
me.
need you to sober up before you become our first mate.
Like all the what? You run in a dry boat?
No, it's not a dry boat. I'm just saying enough to where we know that you're not going to be putting us in danger.
Oh yeah, like I never drink on the job. Just
Yeah, don't lie.
uh,
All pirates drink on the job. Yo-ho
I
and all
seldom
that.
drink too much.
Perfect,
I
that's-
don't drink more than is expected on the job.
That's the honesty that I'm going to accept from you.
Well, can we do my heist?
When we're done taking care of the islands, we can do your heist.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Consider
Do
me.
we all agree? Would we all like some gold?
I don't like her.
Do
She
you
made fun of
want to take a vote or something?
I'm
I'm
drunk.
going to go off. I'm going to use the bog. I'm going to come back when you've all decided that I'm wonderful and you want me on your ship. Okay, bye.
I've heard that drunk pirates are thematic and good luck.
We don't have a ton of options,
Well,
but
this is the first option. Like we, like
I mean, it's in the spirit of piracy. She seems to be very piratey.
that's true. Fits the bill. A bit abrasive to some of us.
I don't like her.
I left a while ago.
Have you just gone? You just left the town?
I went to go find the boat cast.
You want to go get the
Oh my
podcast?
God.
Okay, so we'll play that scene out in a minute.
Oh, I'm just like, what? The door is like swinging.
Yeah.
Like,
And Batman disappeared.
I don't think we don't need to do heist. We're mages. We can turn things
We definitely
into
don't
gold.
need the heist.
We don't need gold.
I don't think we need to do that,
But they expect it.
but they do expect that from us.
They're greedy.
I don't suppose there's many other ways to convince them to join us, unless we can perhaps promise some sort of reward or wage.
Mm. Why don't, I mean, not that the gold marks matter, but if they help us, then maybe we could help them get rid of some of their gold marks.
It's not a bad debt. If they care about it.
I don't think that she cares about anything.
I think you might be right.
As you guys argue about that, Lidija, you have gone off to find the boat count meadow because you're sick of all this pub nonsense and you want to complete the quest
I just really like cows.
and get your XP. So what's funny about this is that like a lot of people when they play a game, they want to play like a warrior or something. They're like, yeah, I want to be big and strong in the game. That's my power fantasy. I'm going to be big and strong. Or like my power fantasy is that I want to, have unimaginable powers of the arcane. And for Lidija, the power fantasy is liking milk.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't enjoy dairy at all in real life, but is my understanding. And but world of fantasy and mystery, yeah, I like cheese now. I get it. I understand why it's good. So you
full cream.
So you walk through Bloodtown. You see a few different things. You see what looks like a blacksmith, a post office, and you see you ask for directions from someone. And the way that it seems customary to ask for directions in Bloodtown is you grab onto someone and you start bellowing languages that you understand at them until you find someone who speaks the same language as you do. And you find a Latvian person. And they direct you over to the Boat Cow Meadow, which is a little bit of a walk. It's about 10 minutes away of a walk. And you find this kind of meadow, but Bloodtown is barely open air, right? Like the tree cover is so intense. But there is a little area of land dedicated to the boat cow. It is ostensibly fenced in, but you can see these little cows flapping their wings and just flying straight over the meadow. Like, they do not care. They understand that the fence is there and that the fence means this is home. They also understand that all of man's laws are fungible and they do not have to be in the meadow if they don't want. And there's a kind of small, like a little house at the front of the meadow with a picture of a boat cow on it. And you step in and you see kind of quite a small person in there, very unassuming, with they've got kind of big pigtails and are wearing sort of a nice spotted red dress. And they say, "Hello, welcome to Cozy's. I'm Cozy. You interested in a cow?"
Yes. I take out the boat cow ashes and I say, we had an accident and I would like to give this boat cow its proper burial and also get a new boat cow whom I will take very good care of and drink its milk.
Oh, I mean, what happened to this one? What did it die of?
I'm trying to decide if I say that it died of fright. Old age.
Roll me. Manipulation plus subterfuge. Cozy's very trusting, so you need about 2 successes.
Uh-oh. 2 die.
No.
Nope.
Fuck, man. You've one of these has got to succeed eventually. Like, that's just how odds work. Cozy says, "Why? But boat cows never die of old age."
Okay, it died of fright.
Oh, the poor thing. I see now why you wanted to spare me from that. Was it a pitched battle or something similar?
Yes.
But the burning of a boat cow, that's... She looked at you for a second if you're trying to figure out if you're cool. She says, "That's the kind of thing that happens on the mythical island of Bones Island. Have you ever been to the mythical land of Bones Island that is completely made up?"
I've been to Blood Island.
She's trying to figure out if you're a cop.
Oh. Oh my god.
Depends how you say the name.
I know, I'm trying to remember which one was which.
Roll me.
Maybe if you'd waited for your party.
Yeah,
the
roll me.
pub.
So roll
Never
me
split the party,
your
I just
intelligence.
left.
especially when shopping for boat cows.
Roll me your intelligence
You had a
plus
drink
academics.
first.
I know.
remembered.
Yeah.
My intelligence and
It's just intelligence. Roll me your intelligence to see if you can remember the proper name for the island. Or if you can remember something that will indicate that you are cool.
Oh, that's a
Two.
crit.
2 successes.
Oh, you got a crit.
You got a crit?
Yeah.
Okay. So
The song.
you sing the song of Bones Island.
Oh my god.
And Cozy goes,
Bones. 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 Bones.
and he starts singing it together. And Cozy says, I knew you were cool. All right. So this is for Hendrix?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we have a deal with Hendrix. So he's going to take the mark. Just, he doesn't care. He does enough for Bloodtown.
And that's phase 2.
You want 2 boat cows?
Yeah.
Well, you can't have more than 1 boat cow on a boat.
Why?
Because once they're on boats, they get very territorial.
Okay, fine. The 1.
So, yeah,
Try to
let's
get a second boat cow.
Oh god.
twice as much boat milk.
It's true. What's never mind.
So, you step out onto the boat cow meadow, and now what we're going to do now, because you went on your own, so this is solely your responsibility
Sorry,
now.
everyone.
No, it's fine.
You're going
Good
to
luck.
you're going to design a boat cow.
Pointed.
You have a boat cow of any possible kind that you can imagine is here. So let's start with, on a scale. Okay, so we've got a boat cow there. So you want?
That's a pig.
Can I
That's
hold
a
that
little-
up to the camera?
This looks like a little piggy.
This is what I drew the first time you talked about it on 3/6/22.
So we're going to try and
I don't know why I drew a
That's
pig.
a curly
match the
tail.
boat cow. So
It's like a.
you are able to find a boat cow with a curly tail for some
Oh.
reason. What kind of color of boat cow are we looking at?
Character creator.
Let's do a teal.
A teal boat cow. Okay, so you find a boat cow that is in teal, but it's so it's kind of like, they look a little bit like Frisian cows in terms of those kind of markings, but it has teal markings.
Mhm.
Do you want like a little skinny boat cow, or you want a big chunker boat
We want
cow?
a chonker.
You want a chunker boat cow. Okay, so you find a boat cow that's flapping around a little closer to the ground because it's a big chunky boat cow. And I suppose the last question is, what is this boat cow's name? Cozy explains to you that once you give a boat cow a name, it considers you its pet and will follow you. But you cannot change the name once it is given.
Chonker Shanks.
Chonker Shanks. So you go up to this cow and you go, here, Chonker Shanks. And something in this mystical connection tells this boat cow that it has been named. And it runs up and begins snuzzling on your leg
Snuzzle.
and flitting around your head. And Cozy says, oh, it seems like it likes you. Well, Hendrix has just mysteriously gotten another mark. I'm sure he's figured out what it's for. But next time you're on Bones Island, which doesn't exist, tell him that Cozy said hi, and I hope he can visit again soon.
Will do. And thank you so much
No.
for my little Chonker Shanks.
It was my pleasure. I hope we don't see each other again soon, because that would indicate that you probably killed the boat cow. But yeah, enjoy Bloodtown. And we go back to the pub,
Thanks, Cozy.
where Mary Hendricks comes back and goes, all right, what's fucking going on? Are we doing it? Are we doing the first mate? Okay, yeah.
I want to see her past.
Okay. So, I think, how far in the past?
Couple years.
Couple of years. So you set down to draw, and you don't tell Mary that you're doing this,
No.
right?
Mm-mm.
So go ahead and roll your dice. And if you want to, how long did you say? A couple of years?
Yeah.
You're going to need to, well, you've got 2 paradox dice in there,
I was.
right?
I was.
So yeah, you're going to use both.
well, I was going to beef it by 1, but I was waiting on your answer.
That'll be about right.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's this? 2 success. Damn it.
2 successes. So it is a coincidental effect. You don't get to see that far into her past.
Okay.
But what you do see is you see her on a beach, surrounded by and that she's surrounded by the wreckage of a ship.
Okay.
She's on her own,
Okay.
and she's crying.
Okay.
And that is what you draw. And you keep it to yourself now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you see, is Mary Drexel on the beach by the ruins of a ship, weeping. Why is Mary Drexel weeping? What the fuck is her deal?
Right.
Are we going to do the heist? We will burden our soul with these secrets next time on Mage of Sail. Unless you're on Patreon, in which case probably I've already uploaded all of it. But if you're not, you can watch it same time next week on Mage of Sail.